Hello and welcome. This is a fresh edition of NDIC Calling, and our focus this week will be on the need for appropriate public awareness program in the discharge of deposit insurance mandate. Because it's very, very clear that an effective deposit insurance system is a pillar for a sound financial system. Having an effective deposit insurance system in place and implementing credible public awareness program about it is therefore critical to maintaining depositors' confidence. Effective public awareness programs can deter bank runs, build capacity of depositors, so we can make them aware and also believe that they can have some input to make into the financial system. The creation of appropriate and efficient and very effective public awareness policy is very, very critical, especially during a bank failure or a wave of failures. For example, the recent global financial meltdown had no doubt boosted awareness about deposit insurance system as a critical component of the financial safety net, given the magnitude of attention it attracted, especially in the developed economies. The benefits of the deposit insurance system earlier identified will no doubt be meaningfully realized if the system is not only understood by the public, but also the system creates an avenue for the facilitation of effective public awareness campaign. And that is why this week on our program we shall be focusing on how to build confidence of the stakeholders through effective public awareness campaign. That will be the focus of our program in the cover story. In the interview segment, we shall be talking with a man who has covered the gamut of communications and how to manage information. A former broadcaster and journalist and the head of the Communications and Public Affairs Unit, Hadi Sule Birchi. He will be our focus on the interview segment of this week's edition of the program. The Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation (NDIC) wishes to inform all depositors of the erstwhile Afribank, Bank PHP and Spring Bank that their deposits have been transferred to Main Street Bank, Keystone and Enterprise Banks. This means that they will continue to enjoy normal banking services from the new banks. The NDIC also wishes to assure depositors and the general public that the three new banks have been fully capitalized and insured by the corporation. They are therefore very safe for banking business. For further information, call 094601-280 or 094601-38029. Email info@ndic.org.ng or visit our website www.ndic.org.ng or call our help desk 08006342437. NDIC, committed to depositor protection. Announcer Management.
All my money now for inside that Volkswagen where they outside. Now there I put them. Chief, I'm finished.
The basic rule of public awareness in the discharge of deposit insurance mandate is to enhance the deposit insurance effectiveness. Even though a deposit insurance may be composed of and supported by well-designed features, the system will not achieve its objectives if stakeholders are unaware of its existence or unclear about the terms and conditions of coverage. In that regard, public awareness plays a very critical role. Secondly, public awareness of deposit insurance could be appreciated from the perspective of consumer protection. It is argued that depositors as bank customers have the right to be informed and educated about matters relating to deposit insurance, since this will affect access to savings not covered under the deposit insurance limit. The significant value of public awareness to deposit insurance includes enhancing the stability of the financial system, building trust and better relationship with the public, reducing resistance and enhancing support from other safety net players and member institutions, enhancing emergency response coordination among safety net players, improving the reputation of the deposit insurer, and helping channel vital information during bank failure. Typically, A successful public awareness campaign will involve programs designed to build public confidence in deposit insurance. An effective public awareness campaign must be comprehensive, involving dissemination of clear, target-relevant and consistent messages, and should ensure careful coordination between the various safety net players and stakeholders. It has been observed that the more aligned the deposit insurance is with public attitudes and expectations, the more effective the system is likely to be. Where there are significant gaps between expectations and the scheme's design, these gaps should be addressed through a public awareness program. A well-designed public awareness program that is reviewed regularly in line with developments in the system should therefore be an integral part of a deposit insurance in order to ensure as well as sustain the scheme's effectiveness and credibility. The management of NDIC, mindful of the fact that the attainment of the objectives of deposit insurance required adequate awareness, its existence and benefits, recognize effective public awareness as an inevitable tool for the attainment of its corporate mandate. In that light, NDIC have in the last 22 years taken various initiatives to facilitate adequate awareness by the public. The public that is identified as depositors, insured institutions, the three arms of government, stakeholders, the media, other safety net players, and the general public. Given the diverse nature of NDIC's target audience, different public awareness modes have been used over the years to address their awareness needs. The corporation has adverts on the electronic media and print. It has publications. It conducts periodic and regular press interactive sessions. There is a concerted effort towards reaching out to those that constitute the stakeholders. NDIC has also maintained a working partnership with other safety net players through joint sponsorship of events, joint sponsorship of courses, seminars, and workshops. Besides this, NDIC have also designed the annual Depositor Protection Awareness Week, an event that comes with a lot of media attention. The production of the deposit insurance stickers in branches of insured institutions, hosting of students' excursions, and editors and financial correspondence workshops. NDIC have also organized seminars for lawyers and judges. It has produced branded souvenirs, has attended exhibitions and trade fairs. They also have a website, that means they are also on the internet. The annual essay competition is one of the means of public awareness creation. Deposit insurance awareness in local language and the production of this program, NDIC Calling. No doubt, public awareness is essential for the attainment of deposit insurance objectives of protecting depositors, building public confidence in the banking system, and contributing to financial system stability. In 22 years, NDIC have made a coordinated and targeted efforts towards informing its target audience about its mandate and activities. Therefore, as NDIC goes about its public awareness drive, all it is asking for is the cooperation, understanding, and appreciation of all stakeholders as a catalyst for the effectiveness of its public awareness drive. That was our cover story, focusing on the need for public awareness creation in the discharge of deposit insurance. Now, we cannot overestimate the very importance and imperative of public awareness creation, because an area is critical to the economy, especially in the financial sector, as deposit insurance needs the audience and all the stakeholders to understand and be carried along and reading from the same page as far as the models and operations are concerned. On the interview segment this week, we shall be talking with the head communications and public affairs. I'd like to welcome on the interview segment Alhaji Hadi Sule Birji. Hello and welcome. This is another edition of the interview segment on NDIC Calling. Today we'll be focusing our attention on public awareness creation. Globally, the business of deposit insurance is one that has to do with different stakeholders. The insured institutions, the depositors, and different stakeholders that command the economy. And that is why the evolution of appropriate public awareness policy is important to drive the deposit insurance system. And we're very happy this week that we have with us as our on our interview segment the head communications and public affairs, Malam Hadi Sulebrichi. I'd like to welcome you, sir.
Thank you very much.
And so let's start from the very beginning. What role does public awareness play in the discharge of deposit insurance mandate?
Deposit insurance is a novelty even in sophisticated economies. The fact is that public awareness about deposit insurance has become a global phenomenon because of its importance, great importance to deposit insurance. Deposit insurance is a pillar to sound financial system. However, it requires a very clear and adequate public awareness in order to create understanding and confidence of depositors and other stakeholders.
I will go to specifics, especially in recent things that we're going through. But let us narrow down. You've given us a global view. Let's narrow down to NDIC. What has been your efforts so far in the area of public awareness creation?
I think the NDIC has come a long way. There is what you call the International Association of Deposit Insurers, which was founded, among other member countries, by NDIC. Our former MD, Mr. Ademola Ogunleye, was a founding member of that association. And he was even a member, he was also a member of the executive committee, executive council, as well as the chair, the wedding chair, the first chair of the African Regional Committee of the association. Now they sat down and found what could they do to enhance public awareness, which had helped the NDIC. Even before hitherto to that, we had a lot of efforts, so we made a lot of efforts in this respect. But that had actually enhanced the horizon, because you find what you call the Depositor Protection Awareness Week, which was mandatory for all member institutions every year, became also part of our initiatives, public awareness initiatives. We also have media campaigns that are running almost year-round. As we speak, we have what you call jingles on radio and television on the depositor protection awareness. This is part of the efforts to sensitize depositors who have not come up to claim their money in the banks under liquidation to come forward and do so. We also have a program of this nature, like what you call the NDIC Calling, as part of to enhance the public awareness on the deposit insurance scheme. We have well-researched publications that are also distributed to stakeholders. We have pamphlets that we call Facts About Deposit Insurance, frequently asked questions about microfinance banks and the primary major institutions. We have Deposit Insurance I Knew. We have the annual reports and account statements of the corporation every year. We also have publications that enhance the knowledge of stakeholders about deposit insurance scheme in a nutshell. Then we have media fora like the workshop on business editors and finance correspondence, which we hold every year. We also started the editors forum, where we have a forum for editors of various newspapers to come and talk to management of the corporation. It's like a free interactive session to exchange ideas, information, and also get feelers from them, what they think about us, how do we improve on our activities. That is not all. we usually hold seminars for relevant committees of the National Assembly in order to create sensitization on them to appreciate the corporation efforts towards depositor protection.
In packaging your awareness messages, who do you target? Who are those stakeholders that you consider your target audience?
First port of call is the insured banks, who manage the customers or the depositors' funds. And of course, the depositors come in. These are depositors, big and small, not just small, big and small depositors. Not only the shareholders and creditors of the banks. Okay, we also have the press as partners in progress. So the media needs to be carried along, since it is a mirror, it is the channel through which you can powerfully spread your messages. Okay, you also have the, of course, the National Assembly is there as a critical element in legislation. Okay, you also have the relevant regulatory bodies. You have the SEC, Securities Exchange Commission, SEC. You also have NICOM, National Insurance Commission. You have the CAC, Corporate Affairs Commission. Of course, we have the NGOs, non-governmental organizations. We have trade unions, which you call the pressure groups. You need to carry all these people along, whatever you are doing. Don't forget the internal publics, because we are dealing with staff. You have to also carry the staff along. You have the board of directors, you have management and senior management, you have directors and heads of departments, as well as senior and junior staff of the corporation here.
I'm happy that you divided the publics into internal and external. So in trying to reach either of the two, what modes do you use?
Of course, when you are talking of let's start with the external publics. The major mode here is the media, the mass media, electronic, that's radio, television. Of course, now you have modern modes like the internet, okay, the mobile, okay. These are all channels through which you can communicate your messages. And like I told you before, we use our well-researched publications by our data bank, which is the research department. And they are, like I listed before, there are many, many of them. And we have in our main universities, all the universities in Nigeria, both federal and state universities. So the academicians will appreciate this. We also have most of the ministries, okay, of course, like I told you, the National Assembly packages for them, and our supervisory ministry, Ministry of Finance, usually from time to time package certain information which are very based on this aspect. What efforts we are doing, okay, what are our plans, what are our achievements, what are our challenges, and how do we address such challenges, and of course our future plans. The internal publics, of course, we have what we call sensitization lectures or workshops that are held. Of course, there are publications that are through which people can read and get a lot of information, become knowledgeable about the scheme, the deposit insurance scheme.
What will you say your achievements have been over the years in the area of public awareness creation?
We have been able to sensitize the National Assembly to review our act, because the act was so tight, and without the review we can't move anywhere. So we have been able to review the act, which gave us the mandate to now increase the insurable limit. Once we are able to review the 50,000 naira, the first was from 50,000 to 200,000. That was it was reviewed in 2006. And fortunately, in that act, in that review, it was the board of NDIC was given the mandate to review the insurable limit, not down but up. And so it was also increased again from 200 to 500,000, which means if you have from 1 naira to 500,000 in any deposit money bank, okay, you are going to be guaranteed your money in full. Okay. If you have 1 naira to 200,000 in a money microfinance bank, you are entitled to 200 to that money in full, one in the event of bank failure. Okay. We have been able to do that. Okay, and then even in terms of media support, we have achieved a lot because we have been having really media. They have become partners in progress in our efforts towards discharging the money of the corporation. Then we also recover debts. Sometimes people can just say, okay, they are willing to pay. Some will have to go to court. So when we realize a large chunk of money, we now pull that money and pay in form of dividend, just as you say, in dividend in shares. And through that, we have been able to pay all depositors in 11 banks all their money. For instance, I know out of 5.3 billion that we had, about 3.3 billion had been collected in short deposit. The rest is there. Out of 11.6 billion, almost 4 billion, about 6.3 billion has been collected. The rest is still there. And we always want to call depositors to come forward and collect money. So, but that has already instilled the confidence that NDIC is not only paying the insured deposit, because out of 34 banks that are actually closed, 11 banks, all deposits have been their money had been set aside in full to pay them.
You know, I was just wondering as we were speaking, because from what I could get here, you develop specific target audience specific products that could satisfy them. And I'm just wondering, these small depositors that are out there, is there a way you get feedback that they are beginning to have more confidence in you?
Yes, we have a way of feedback, because you see, I remember when we did the multiple liquidation of 26 banks in one day, that's in 1998. It got to a point where our management said, look, your ability to pay as many people as possible is a target goal. And so we had to use traditional modes, the town crier, the church and mosque, okay? And those really gave a very wide publicity. In fact, now we even use what we call deposit tracers. And of course, we have been successful in that. Come to microfinance banks. We had 102 microfinance banks whose licenses were revoked by Central Bank. And we commenced payments in December 2010. And so far as we speak, we have paid almost even of 92 banks. And depositors have come forward to say they are happy. Because you meet people and say, yes, you people are doing well.
All right, so what have been the challenges?
Well, the challenges really are something else, because you find the most difficult one has always been this public awareness. Despite the efforts the corporation has made over the years, yet still there is room for improvement. Because you find even sometimes among the bankers, you find some of them are not still very knowledgeable about this scheme. You find even learned people, academic community, are still lacking in what deposit insurance is.
I want to thank you so very much. I know you will not be tired in letting us be aware of what happens in here at NDIC. We want to thank you so very much for coming to the program. Okay. This is the interview segment this week on NDIC Calling. The program continues. The Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation NDIC wishes to inform all depositors of the erstwhile AfriBank, Bank PHP and Spring Bank that their deposits have been transferred to Main Street Bank, Keystone and Enterprise Banks. This means that they will continue to enjoy normal banking services from the new banks. The NDIC also wishes to assure depositors and the general public that the 3 new banks have been fully capitalized and insured by the corporation. They are therefore very safe for banking business. For further information, call 094601-280 or 094601-38029. Email info@ndic.org.ng or visit our website www.ndic.org.ng or call our help desk 08006342437. NDIC, committed to depositor protection. Announcer, management. That was our interview segment, and that brings us to the end of this week's edition of NDIC Calling. It's been wonderful. Of course, in terms of the focus of this program this week is public awareness. This program that you're watching, NDIC Calling, is part of those creations that this corporation has put in place to ensure that you can reach out to them and they can reach out to you. That's why at all times when we're closing this program, we want to tell you that we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook. You can also visit the NDIC website so that we can hear from you regarding your understanding of deposit insurance and what NDIC is doing to help pilot our economy forward. Until next week when we come.